Alrighty, good morning ladies and gentlemen, this is Hairy Muppet. Welcome back to another Starcraft 2 Daily Masters cast. And we're finally casting a game that doesn't feature B-Bong. Sorry, did I just say B-Bong? I mean BB Yong. I don't know why I said B-Bong. But anyway, I just had a comment saying, why are we casting BB Yong so much? And I don't know, I like him. I like that game. So anyway, this is me answering that comment because I'm not, I'm just answering it now. So anyway, I just like him. So it's, he just seems like an awesome player. But of course we have to move on. So we are going to be moving on and checking out these players. So, yes, I know you all want to look at this. It is a Proxy Twilight Council, maybe going to be a Dark Shrine. We do have the double gas, so yeah, why not? It is crazy play. So let's introduce the players. Down at the bottom left side of the map is Mr. Hurricane, 19 years of age from South Korea, plays for the Samsung Galaxy team. And his opponent up the top right side of the map is Mr. Zest. And I believe we have cast Zest a couple of times before. Hurricane, I'm not so sure, but Zest is 22 years of age from South Korea, plays for the KT Rolster team. And there's that Dark Shrine. There it is, right there. And Zest is going to have to get out a Robo Facility or a bunch of cannons, one or the other. But if he doesn't get either, then he is going to be pretty screwed. And yeah, that's not going to be fun. So the probe coming out sees the watchtower, and Zest is going to be running for it because apparently his probes are weaker than the other players' probes. Oh, I cannot tell who's winning this battle. That was infinitely close, like they ran into each other. If you have two probes that run at each other, both on an A move, then they attack at exactly the same point. And I don't know what would happen. Does anybody know what would happen? Would they both die? Would it be like a random chance which one actually dies? Because literally they're starting at the exact same nanosecond their attack. So it's impossible to calculate who would win in that thing. You just have to do it. Would it be like a random chance? Like, I don't know. It's just like, what's that? Radiation half-life or something like that, where it's impossible to predict exactly what happens. Like it's random beyond the measurement of humans to calculate or something like that. Is that what the deal is? Or is it, I don't know, do they both die? I'd like to think they both die, because that's what makes sense. So they just both shoot lightning exactly at the same time, and the lightning takes half of a quarter of a nanosecond to fly across, and then they both die at exactly the same time. But we do have our very first DT coming out. We do have an Oracle being built. The Oracle is going to stay. So he's obviously realizing that there is a Dark Templar on the way, but Hurricane still doesn't know where the base is, apparently. He's rushed so hard for a DT that he forgot to scout where the actual base is. So that's going to take a while. But yeah, the Oracle all ready for it, Envision, and I don't know if a Sentry can last against a DT, but Oracle definitely can shoot it, assuming it's got enough energy, which it does. So yes, oh, I hate that the zoom goes away when you start selecting people. Oh, those Phoenix just running straight past the Stalkers, man. Just straight past. He's not building any more DTs though, he's built one, and he's like, you know what, this is probably not going to work out. Oh, the Oracle is gone! The Oracle is gone for it. There is a Robo Facility out, but there's no observers out yet, and the DT gets a free pass into the mineral line. Oh, this is bad. This is, well, it's the workers all running for it, but it's not that bad. But damn, the timing on that Oracle deciding to just leave is just horrendous, absolutely horrendous. But here we go. Where's the, you should probably try and force field these guys. The observer cannot shoot anything, it just can't. Apparently, these guys, oh, he's trying to trap the DT, but the DT is running for it. Meanwhile, these Stalkers were going in, did a bit of damage there, but looks like the Nexus Overcharge did scare him away. The Phoenix are like, yeah, there's something down there. There we go. Finally takes it out. And no more DT action. I don't think is going to be the case here, but we do have quite a lot of Stalkers coming out for Mr. Hurricane. He does have Blink, so that's going to be pretty awesome. Zest, of course, does have an Immortal coming out. He's got a single Immortal. And the Phoenix are not going to be too helpful here. But you know what? They actually are, I think. It's kind of counterintuitive, but when you've got 7 Stalkers and you lift up 4 of them, that's half the army that's no longer attacking, and the rest of the Stalkers on the ground are going to be too busy dealing with the Immortal to actually attack the Phoenix. So even though you'd think the Phoenix wouldn't be that helpful, they really are in this kind of engagement. And yeah, these guys can't blink either. They're trapped. Unfortunately, Zest doesn't have that many anti-air units. I mean, he's got the Phoenix, but if they're all lifting something up, they can't be attacking. So it's hard for him to kill the Stalkers when they're up in the air. The only thing he can really do, is that an Archon? Wow, that's nice and fast. Yeah, I suppose morphing a couple of DTs gets him in Archon, so very, very nice. But the pressure is just, he's trying to get the pressure going, but it's not really happening. Yeah. Well, what can you say? At least he can macro up very nicely after this. He's 37 over 31 workers, looking pretty sweet. And yeah, just moving around quite a bit, getting some stuff done, getting those forges up and going. Nobody has any crazy upgrades yet, of course. Zest is going for a forge by himself as his first forge. Nobody's going for double forge, I don't believe. Oh man, the Oracle getting chased away. Is the Oracle going to spot this? That would be pretty nice. I don't think he's got enough attack to actually take it out, but scouting wise, that would be nice. And he has not seen it yet, but these Phoenix flying down, they are on a collision path. Unfortunately, they cannot lift up buildings, but they are going to be able to spot it. Oh yes, they almost turned away, but at the last second they did spot it. So that's pretty good. And the pylon going down. So Zest taking control of his half of the map. Oh, there's Phoenix starting to take some serious hits from the Stalkers. Just grouped down the bottom. Are they going to go for the main base, or are they going to wait for these guys to run away and go back to the expansion? And Hurricane, I don't know what he's doing. He's already got Stalkers over there, so he is not worried at all. And there we go, the Oracle running around. Hurricane doing a very, very good job defending both those bases though. And the Phoenix decide to go and have a look at the main base. No, that's not going to work. Oh, the Stalkers with Blink still managed to almost take something out. Not quite though. Hurricane's starting to get his own immortal numbers up, but Zest is already ahead of him with the Colossus tech coming out. And that should be very, very awesome stuff. Still a ground-based anti-air, not really there for Zest. He hasn't needed it so much, and I don't know if he will need it in the future. But still, I mean, it's good to have a few Stalkers, just for, you know, just for anything. Anything that can happen. I mean, look at that, Hurricane building a Stargate. So yes, a few Stalkers would not be a bad idea. He is getting 4 Stargates though, and third bases. Where are we going to see some third bases? It's about that time, so hopefully we should be seeing some fairly soon. But for now, both players just seem to be getting a ton of production facilities out. And we've got the High Templar tech, we've got the Colossus coming out. I don't believe we've got a Robotics Bay out there for Mr. Hurricane yet, and he's not currently building one. He's going for High Templar tech instead. So maybe Archons? I don't know. Archons are cheap, relatively cheaper if you use High Templar than if you use Dark Templar. It's 50 minerals and 150 gas versus 125 of each. So they come out 50 cheaper overall, but you just get hit a little bit harder on the gas. So I can understand going for the Templar Archives if you just want Archons. But we'll have to see if that's what he decides to start building. Zest, on the other hand, has got his first Colossus out, got a bunch of Immortals. So it is going to be a crazy Stalker destroying force. But their first stop is, of course, going to be this area right here. And maybe that's why Hurricane was building the High Templar tech, the Templar Archives, because he knew this thing was going to go down. And yes, he does not, he actually did get Zealot Links. Managed to get that out. Very, very nice. This Colossus, oh, needs to run over that barrier. Didn't run over the barrier. I thought it was just going to jump over that barrier, but I suppose the Stalkers would have just blinked after it. So the main army running back. They're not quite scared enough to Mothership Core Warp, but they're a little bit worried. And yeah, the cannon, there we go, there's the Mothership Core Warp. So he's obviously a little bit more worried that he was letting on. I mean, defending this third base definitely is going to be a priority, but Zest, I mean, Hurricane didn't even look at this base. He didn't even say, you know what, let's check for a third base. But he didn't, and now the third base is going to go up, but that was a perfect opportunity for Hurricane to get in there and snipe that third base, and I gotta say, he just missed that opportunity completely. Usually you try and check, but we didn't even see a check there. He checked this base, he didn't check this base, and that is going to haunt him because, yeah, he was not going to get a better opportunity than that to force the cancel on that third base. Now it's up, and I don't think he's going to get that close ever again. But here we go. See, no anti-air. 3 Stalkers being lifted up. Of course, it kind of works out anyway because you get your main army under the Stalkers, and then when they drop down, they're in the middle of a huge herd of Zealots, which is okay. But yeah, both the players really going nuts on the army side. So let's have a look. 80 versus 81, 49 over 58. Zest with that early third base has managed to get himself a nice advantage, and this army looking pretty sweet. A lot of heavy ground units, no crazy tech. I mean, the Archons technically count as crazy tech, but nothing more than that. And yeah, Zest is the one with the crazy tech and the Colossi, but he's only got 1 Colossi at the moment. And yeah, the Tempest coming out for Mr. Hurricane are Colossus killers, of course, and they're actually venturing out quite far. And this is when Zest's lack of anti-air is really going to start hurting him, because he's got nothing to take these Tempests down. He's got no way of sniping them, and they are going to destroy his Colossi. The Phoenix are just going to slow them down. The Phoenix don't really have enough DPS to kill them, I say, as one Tempest goes down to Phoenix Fire. But I think the Archons helped out quite a lot as well. He's got a ton of Archons in a very, very small amount of time, which is very nice. And he's actually going to be doing quite a lot of damage here, lifting up the Colossi to keep it safe. Very, very nice play from Mr. Zest. And yeah, he did all right there. I gotta say though, some Stalkers would have absolutely owned those Tempests quite a bit more. And the Phoenix did a good job, the Archons did a good job, but Stalkers, I mean, that's what Stalkers are designed to do. They're designed to take down units like the Tempest. Anyway, that's it. Great, great game. And with that battle won, Zest does come out in the lead, and Hurricane does give the GG. So, unfortunate that it didn't work out any better for him. But, yeah, in the end, Zest just had the bigger army. I mean, his income was better, and he just got out more units. And he just did I don't know if he necessarily did a better job. I think he did, though. I mean, Hurricane tried to get a flank, and that was kind of cool. Zest had the Colossus Micro to keep that out of danger. So both players did a pretty good job, but I think Zest, I mean, he just had those Archons, that massive amount of Archons front and center, and they just bullied their way into Hurricane's forces. And in the end, I think that was the critical part of that battle. I mean, the Phoenix helped a lot versus the Tempest, but the Archons really did a major amount of work. And we can't forget the Immortals. I mean, Zest had a very decent amount of Immortals, and they were doing damage all game long. So that's it. Game done. Thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you guys tomorrow with another game. Stay tuned for that.